Hello everyone, this is Mo be the Yarny, and this is the first session of Crochet 101. And today I'm just going to do a few things here. We're going to teach how to put your yarn on your crochet hook, how to do a chain, and how to do a single. And we're going to go over a few abbreviations and things here, but first, you're going to need a hook. This one I'm using is a J. I have two J's here. And one is just a generic one. It comes from, I believe this one is a Pioneer Woman one that came with the set. And then I have an Old Boy J that I've had for years, about 20 years probably. And I use it a lot. So I'm going to show you with this one. But find one that's comfortable in your hand that you can grip any way. And then we're going to look at these abbreviations. The chain is abbreviated with a CH, single SC, and these are the half doubles and things. But we're going to go over this one down here, slip stitch, SL and ST. Those are the only ones we're going to go over today. But first we're going to start with your hook and some yarn. I got some bright yarn so you could see it a little better. Now, people do put their yarn on a little different. A lot of people use a slip knot, which is they wrap it around. Well, people do slip knots different ways too, but they wrap it around and put their hook through. I can't see what I'm doing, but I put it through and grab it with the hook and pull it through, and then you pull that tight and that makes a slip knot, and you can adjust it. But I'm like Glenda, the creative grandma. I have always tied my yarn on because that's how I was taught to do it, and that's how I'm comfortable doing it. But today I will use the slip knot. And you always want to leave a long tail on the end because eventually you'll have to weave your tails in, it's called. Okay, so when everyone gets it like that, if you want to tie it on, that's fine. But I always do tie it twice so it stays on. And then you have to learn how to hold, which way you want to hold your hook. There's different ways of holding it. Some people hold them this way. Sometimes it's comfortable to put your thumb right on this little dip that's right here. And there's different holds people use, but you have to find what's comfortable for you. And then holding your yarn. You will hold your yarn with the other hand. Don't look at I was just doing dishes and scrubbing the kitchen, so my fingers are all dried out now. But in this hand, I do hold my yarn different sometimes, but when I start to crochet, this is how I hold it. You want to make sure this part is tight. So whatever else you do with it in this hand is up to you, but you want to keep this part tight. And then this finger and this thumb will hold where the knot is, because that's where you're going to be grabbing. So you want to be able to do this motion right here, because that's where you're going to be grabbing the yarn. Okay, and we call that yarning over. And here it's abbreviated YO, yarn over. Okay, so we're going to try a chain. Okay, we never count the loop that is already on the hook as a chain because that's our beginning chain here. So to do a yarn over, we're going to grab that. It's better to turn your hook under when you're coming through. So this is the motion under, that's one chain. and then you keep doing that motion when you chain. Now you want to try to keep your chains even, and that you will learn with time, and that is called your tension. Keeping your chains even is what you will learn over time with your tension, because you don't want them too loose like this. You don't want them that way, because that will affect the outcome of your work. And one thing is good, if you mess up, you just do this. This is called frogging, because you rip it, rip it, rip it. And you can go back to the beginning and start again. And then let's do it again, this chain, and try to keep your tension even. And if you do it too tight, I will show you what happens when you do it too tight. If it's too tight, when we go to do our next row, we have to be able to get our hook through this chain, and it makes it really hard if our tension's too tight to get through it. Okay, so right now we're going to chain. Let's make 11 chains if you can, and try to keep your tension even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and as you go, move your thumb and finger up and pinch that. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, and if you're not happy with what you did, you can always redo it. And this is what I'm going to have you do also. If you got your stitch markers, if you don't have stitch markers, you can use a safety pin, a paper clip, another color of yarn. We're going to stick that in the first chain. Okay, and then we're going to try here a single crochet. All right, so I want you to look here at the stitches we just did. Right here, they look like bees. You see them? Make sure I'm in the camera here. They look like V's, and there's a space in between them. We have the top one and the bottom one. So when we're doing the singles, we're going to go through that. It's like picking up the loop. Okay, so when we first start, we're going to do the second chain from our hook here. So we're going to do 1 and then 2. So we're going to go through there. Okay, and then we're going to yarn over, pull it through, and then you will have 2 loops on your hook. And then you're going to yarn over again and pull it through that. Now that is a single. And before we go on, we're going to put another stitch marker right here in this turning chain. It's called your turning chain. The other beginning one will also end up being a turning chain. Okay, now we're going to try this again. We're going to go to the next one. Now you can tell this is the one we just used because it's open and there's a loop in it. So we're going to go to the next one, which is right here. Go through. You're going to yarn over, pull that through. You have 2 loops. You're going to yarn over and pull it through both. That is a single. We're going to do that again. Go to the next one, push it through there, yarn over, pull it through 1, and then yarn over, pull it through 2. And we're going to do that going back to that other stitch marker. Yarn over, pull it through till you have 2, yarn over, pull it through both. And this is a single crochet. Okay, find your next one. And this is why it's good to keep your tension at the same because we need to be able to get through those. And this is something you could keep practicing. Eventually, you'll figure out what your tension is, what size hook you like, a project you would like to do in that. If they're not coming out like you like them, you can frog it and start over. Bring it through, and bring it through. Okay, there's one here. And then we've come back to our first space. I'm going to take this out so I can get through that one. Okay, but we do not want to skip it because it'll throw our work off. Sometimes it's hard to get through the first one. I did have to get a fat hook, wouldn't I? Okay. Yoke over, yarn over, bring it through both. Then we're going to chain one. We're going to turn our work. Then we're going to put that stitch marker back in to that stitch right here where we turned. Okay. Now, if you look at the top of it, you can see all those V's that I was talking about before. They're very visible now. And before we only went through one side of the V, but now you can see both sides of the V's. We're going to be working all the way through them. So you can see how the hook can go all the way through. And that's how we're going to be doing this next row. Okay, so we're going to go start in the first chain. We're going to go through all the way through, yarn over till we have 2, yarn over and bring it through the 2. Then we're going to the next one, go under both of those, yarn over, bring it through till you have 2 on your hook, yarn over, bring it through both, go under both, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, bring it through both. And you're going to do that all the way back through. Go under both V's, yarn over, bring it through. You have 2 on your hook, yarn over, bring it through both. Go under both V's, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, bring it through both. Under both V's, yarn over, bring it through, two loops on your hook, yarn over, bring it through both. And this is a single stitch. You will get faster at it and it will get easier. And this is something you need to keep practicing. And this is where we're going to end today. Go under both V's. Just remember, when you turn, we will go over that right here. When you get to the last stitch, you go under both V's, yarn over, pull it through. You got 2, yarn over, and then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to turn. And then you're going to start that again. Same stitch, yarn over, pull it through, and remember to keep marking that end stitch so you don't miss it, because sometimes it's hard to see what the last stitch is. So keep marking it until you get used and you can see it. And when you count them, you should still have 10 stitches on here. If you don't, then you messed up somewhere. And that's why you can always rip it, frog it, and start over. Okay, so we're going to stop with this today, and next time we'll go over a half double and a double crochet. But if you can, try to work up 10 rows. Then you'll have a 10 by 10 square. Then you can save them when you're done to try to use them for something. And I will show you projects you can do with just chains and a simple stitch you can use just using singles and chains. And a lot of people work with this stitch all the time, and people like to make blankets out of them. But I thank you for joining me today and hope you tune in for the next session. And I'm hoping a lot of you learn to crochet because it is fun and it is calming if you need something, to calm you down. And it is a proven fact that crocheting helps with pain management, and that's why I do it so much. I live with chronic pain, and I've been crocheting for many years before I even found out that I had AS, and it's always been something I've been drawn to just to calm down. But I thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you were able to learn something. And I will see you on my next video. Thank you.